Championship clubs aren't the most glamorous. As such, they probably won't attract high-profile glitzy celebs who just want to seek out a comfortable elite-level club to attach a bond of loyalty as transparent as a pane of glass. So let's look at every championship club's most famous fan. Aston Villa, Prince William. It's been a big week for the royal family, ever since Prince Harry gave hope to gingers everywhere, but I'd say his brother would trade in the wedding invite for a guaranteed 3 points against Millwall. Prince William is a lifelong Aston Villa fan, which probably explains why he looks like he started balding at the age of 13. Barnsley, Michael Parkinson. Michael Parkinson made a career out of grilling some of the most famous faces in the world. The former television host didn't have such great luck when it came to his football team. He attended his first Barnsley game in 1940, back when Gianluigi Buffon was preparing for his Italy debut, I'd say, and has claimed to support the Tykes all throughout his life. Birmingham City, James Phelps. I know what you're thinking, who on earth is James Phelps? It doesn't matter whatever he does for the rest of his life, he'll always be remembered for being one of those annoying Weasley twins. Don't ask me which one. His brother's an Aston Villa fan, while James, just to be different I suppose, sports the Blues. Bolton Wanderers, Paddy McGinnis. There aren't many more horrendous sounds in modern culture than a grown man in his 40s screaming no likey, no lighty into the faces of a bunch of sweaty women, jostling both the pressures of being on TV and the search for a man ahead of the looming menopause. McGinnis's show, Take Me Out, has been a roaring success for middle-aged housewives, at least I assume so. I mean, I don't know why else is still on the air. Anyway, the TV host supports Bolton, so I guess he's used to investing in hopeless causes. Brentford, Dean Gaffney. Yes, I know, despite appearing on I'm a Celebrity, Get Me Out of Here, I'll include Dean Gaffney as a celebrity. Just about. The EastEnders actor is a big Brentford fan, so I'm guessing he's still crying into his cereal after what happened at Loftus Road. Bristol City, Banksy. Ah, here lad, where are all the celebrities? Well, you're hardly going to find Jennifer Aniston throwing on a Bristol City kit now, are you? I'm not sure how his identity has remained hidden for so long. Anyway, he's apparently a big Bristol City fan. If they get promoted this season, life-size mural of Lee Johnson. Burton Albion, The Steak. Here's another fellow whose identity has never been revealed. Top Gear's very own The Steak. Back in the days before Jeremy Clarkson thought he was a Yorkshire Floyd Mayweather and had to be replaced by Joey from Friends. According to Clarkson though, The Steak is a fan of Burton Albion, who look like they are speeding into League One. Cardiff City, Garrett Thomas. Garrett Thomas, former professional rugby player with Wales, is a Cardiff City fan. I'd say he's fairly delighted with the way the season is going. Derby County, Cara Delevingne. Yep, we could have gone with Jack O'Connell, Timothy Dalton, but no, we'll go with Cara Delevingne. An apparent Rams fan, as this Derby County scarf would suggest, her attempts to be taken seriously as a professional actress who can actually convey emotion is about as laughable as Derby County's push for promotion in recent years. Both have ended in absolute carnage. Maybe she took tips from the Paul Jewell era when she went to audition for Suicide Squad. Fulham, Margot Robbie. Speaking of Suicide Squad, wow, that was a horrendous waste of 20 quid. Margot Robbie also has a soft spot for a championship outfit in Fulham. Hull City, Sunita. Apologies, Hull City fans. I'm not sure if Sunita keeps getting dragged back onto that exploitive drivel ITV keeps pumping out every Saturday. Her and Louis Walsh will probably still be passing judgment on people when they're getting lowered into the ground. The former 80s pop star, whose sell-by date in terms of relevance expired years ago, serenaded her local Hull City with a motivational song ahead of their FA Cup final against Arsenal 3 years ago. They subsequently imploded. Ipswich Town, Ed Sheeran. I'm not sure if Ed Sheeran is trying to prove how successful he can be in life without having to comb his hair once, but it is working. Born in Suffolk, the ginger-haired singer, who's been polluting the airwaves for years now, is an Ipswich Town fan, God love him. And just to ram home the point even more, he ruined this lovely photo a Norwich fan got with Grant Holt and Adam Drury. All he needed was an Air Max and a can of Foster's. Leeds United, Russell Crowe. Russell Crowe looks fairly haggard and worn out in 2017, and is it any wonder when he's been supporting Leeds United since the 70s? Since the Lily Whites were dominant back then, you know, when nobody had walked on the moon yet, he'd adopted the club, and earlier this year he even pondered the idea of buying the club. He didn't do it and went on to make The Mummy with Tom Cruise instead. I'm not sure which would have been a bigger waste of time. Middlesbrough, Bob Mortimer. Sorry Middlesbrough fans, I searched long and hard, I really did. And this is all I could find in terms of famous Borough fans. You would have thought the UEFA Cup run from 11 years ago might have grabbed a few bandwagoners, but no, Bob Mortimer it is. Considering the demographic for this channel is mostly under the age of 25, you probably won't have a clue who he is. Hell, I barely even do. He's a local stand-up comedian apparently. Millwall, David Haye. Yep, it's true, if David Haye wasn't a professional boxer, he too might have been ripping seats out of every away ground and chucking bottles at the stewards as part of the delightful Millwall faithful. Haye has always said a world heavyweight title fight at the New Den is a real ambition of his. Just don't stub your toe this time, alright? Nottingham Forest, Carl Froch. Let's touch on another professional boxer, Carl Froch. One of Britain's most successful fighters, he's also a fan of one of Britain's most successful clubs. Norwich City, Hugh Jackman. No, not Delia. Hugh Jackman is the celebrity Norwich fan. The Australian's mother lives in Norfolk, and he is a self-proclaimed Canadian Mary. He's even publicly regretted turning down the opportunity to invest in the club. QPR Pete Doherty. Musician Pete Doherty is a well-known QPR fan and even dedicated a song to Charlie Austin at a music festival in the summer of 2015. Austin left the club 4 months later. Preston Steve Borthwick. Preston North End do not have many famous fans, but Steve Borthwick is one of them. A former English rugby union player who's probably enjoying the mid-table comfort of championship life. Reading Ricky Gervais. Yep, Ricky Gervais is a Reading supporter, in a way. Sheffield Wednesday Jermaine Jackson. As random as they come, Sheffield Wednesday's celebrity fan is Jermaine Jackson. Jermaine Jackson has been an Owl for over 30 years, having attended a game in the 80s and has even penned tracks for them. Bit strange. Sheffield United, Sean Bean. Sean Bean will hope for a happier ending for his football team this season than he seems to get in any of his movies or TV shows. The former Game of Thrones star has a tattoo on his shoulder that reads 100% Blade, made a 6-figure contribution to the club's finances in 2001, was on their board of directors for 5 years, although he did have a falling out with Neil Warnock, who accused Boromir of storming into his office and screaming at him in front of his wife and kids after the club had just been relegated. Sunderland, Ryan Maloney. Okay, now we're really scraping the bottom of the barrel. Calling all 40-year-old housewives. If any of you watch these videos, not likely, you'll know who I'm talking about. This lad has been playing Toadfish Rebecca in Neighbours for over 20 years, and according to him, he's been forced to adopt a tenuous link to Sunderland due to his uncle. Poor fella. Wolves, Robert Plant. Led Zeppelin's Robert Plant is a lifelong Wolves fan, so he's seen it all. The man is even vice president of the club, so he's not some airy-fairy celebrity who's been given a scarf, told to smile for the camera, but wouldn't know their Shawnee Lucas from their David Kearneys. Yes, Margot, we're looking at you. Plant is probably pretty happy with the way Wolves are going this season, as with each week they inch closer up that stairway to heaven. Sorry.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe.